In this video, I'm going to be going over the Raspberry Pi startup procedures from your freshly written SD card. I do have my Raspberry Pi in a case, but that's alright. I don't know if you can see this, but you've got an HDMI cable, alright, an HDMI cable that's going to be connected to my monitor. I got an Ethernet cable to my internet, and I have my USB connection to my keyboard. Here's my power cord. Alright, here's my power cord, and I'm going to put it where it goes. It's a micro USB, and it goes on the same side as the monitor HDMI. Alright, so it's now starting up, and that's a good sign, right? If you see that raspberry, those 4 raspberries up there, it's a very good sign. Then it gets login, alright? Ask for a login. Well, we're going to log in and in the user called me, okay? M-E. So I'm just going to type M-E and then return. Password is also M-E. Return. Alright, now it's up. Alright, so anytime you see that $ there, means that it is up and running. Now you can actually log in as root with the password of root, R-O-O-T. But don't do that unless you want to get into the, down to the area where you have to write certain utilities and software that makes the machine run. So we really don't want to mess up anything in root, because it's nicely set up. So we'll go on the me directory, okay, which is kind of like a user directory. All right, at this point, as Professor Mayhew had talked to you about, we can do an ls, okay? That kind of lists the directory. And in my directory now, I have desktop, I have this BCM 2835-1.45. That you don't have. I actually loaded that up. It's not as fresh as I told you it would be. And then there's that BCM tar.gz. I also have a program called Howzit.com in there and Howzit1. But they don't have to be in there. Alright. You can also, so you probably just have desktop or something like that on your LS, or maybe nothing at all. Alright. Now just to make it fair for you, I'm going to remove Howzit.c. Okay, that's an RM. Remove that. Oops, sorry. So RM Howzit.c. So when I do an ls, Howzit.c is gone. You see that? Now I'm going to remove Howzit1. So I'm going to do an RM Howzit1. Do an ls. And you see the Howzit1's gone. So all I have is my desktop, the BCM 2835, which we'll get to at a later time, and some weeks from now, or maybe a week or two from now, and a BCM 2835-1.45.tar.zz. So I'll talk about these things later. All right. So if I do an ls, that's what I get. That's my files and directories in there. I can also do an ls-l, okay? What that'll give me is the files, in addition to maybe when they were written, okay, there's the date there, how big they are, and in byte size, and some permissions, all right? So we'll talk about permissions at a later time. All right, so if you want to clear the screen, you'll get some, just type in clear, okay? So type in clear, right? It'll just clear the screen. Okay, so when you had logged in as me and the like, you did an ls. So I'm going to just go ahead and start fresh again, right? Just for you guys. I'm going to turn the Pi off by unplugging it. Alrighty, and I'm going to turn it back on again. There it is again, my 4 raspberries. It's booting up. This is always a good sign when you get all of this stuff on there. All right, there's my login. It comes up with some extra stuff on there for me. So I'm gonna log in as me, M-E, type return. That gives me a prompt for password. My password is also M-E, return. And I have my $sign there. So when you start off, to get to a nice operating window that you guys might be more used to, do a start XFCE4. There will be an accompanying PowerPoint presentation on this too. Anyways, so it's start XFCE, all one word, and hit enter. And then it's gonna give you a little bit of panic because the screen's gonna go dead, right? So you just have to be kind of patient, you know, drink some coffee, watch the TV. Of course, you'll be able to watch TV on the Pi also, but you know, chat with your roommate. So we're just waiting for the window come back up. And what I'm going to do is also write your first program, all right? Your Hello World program. That oh hey, look, the windows are coming up. It's coming up slowly. Remember, this is not as fast as your Mac or your PC. Hey, there's a window. That's not so bad, right? Now check it out. We can explore around here. Okay, take your mouse. Look at the apps. Okay, in this little corner. If you go over here, you got all this stuff, right? So if you go to like Office, look, there's Office there. You have LibreOffice. You have Office Draw, which is like LibreOffice Draw, which is like PowerPoint, right? And then you have Libre Writer, which is like Word. And you have Libre Calc, which is kind of like Excel. So you have various utilities here that you can use. In addition, you have the calculator. You have other things. You have a dictionary. You have all kinds of stuff. All right. So right now, though, oh, actually, we'll just go ahead and explore a few more things. There's some settings stuff here that you can play around with. Now, we're not going to play with settings at this time. Accessories. You can write little notes, right? It's like a notepad. You can do screenshots, which is kind of nice. Okay. So I'm going to take some screenshots of stuff here. You have Vim. We'll work with Vim. Actually, we'll work with GVim, so we'll get to that later. Very soon, actually. Some graphic stuff. Multimedia. Look, you can make an audio mixer. You can do other things here. There's a system description. All right, so you can do a whole bunch of stuff. And you have a terminal emulator. Well, that's the same thing as this icon down here, all right? So I'm going to just click on this. Well, before I do the terminal emulator, if you're hooked into the internet, okay, just go ahead and hit this. This is kind of like a Firefox, a cheapo Firefox, okay? It's a web browser. So I'm going to click it once, click. And it might take a minute or two to boot up, all right? So boot up that application. So let's just wait and see what it does. Sorry, I don't have tunes here. All today, I had the Pi powered up, and I was watching Starship Troopers, all right, on YouTube. All right, so hey, look, check it out. All right, this looks really familiar, right? So here's my mouse. You see my mouse running around there. Okay. So I'm going to just close one of the windows and look, let's see. Let's do a san diego.edu. Okay, double click on that so I can delete that. I'll do san diego.edu. All right. It does take a little bit longer than your PCs, but it's really not so bad. Okay, there it is, san diego.edu. All right, it's still loading. I can expand this out, I suppose. Look at that. All right. So this $35 machine has got you accessing the web. I can go and pull down the menus, right? Using the mouse, I can do, oh, where are you? Current students. That's current students right here. I can click on that. supposedly, yeah, it'll give me my current student stuff. Right? I can go to Dropbox. I can do all kinds of stuff. All right, so I'm going to close this window out. Okay. We'll do some applications in another video, but right now I just want to familiarize you. So far, we've logged on as me with the password of me, M-E that is, and then we use the command start xfce4, okay?